Welcome to another episode of the Georgia Public Project. It rained all night long.
The storm is coming, but I'm prepared. I'll be gone for a while, but don't be scared. Right now, I don't know if I'll ever arrive. Where the grass is green, we're still alive. I hope I'll see you on
Holy crap. I cannot believe that. What in the world, Navy?
I know that I'll be paying for the ride into the black hole. Sing for my soul.
What's up, guys? Joe with the Georgia Public Project. Just want to talk to you guys. I'm headed out west for the first time this year, and it's been a little overwhelming this year just because I had no clue what I'm doing. Kind of been doing everything based off YouTube videos, podcasts, all that kind of stuff, just trying to figure out what we're doing, where we're going. So me and a friend of mine, we pulled muzzleloader tags, and it's a over-the-counter archery unit, but it's a draw muzzleloader tag. So who knows what it'll be like. Probably going to be tons of pressure and that kind of stuff. But anyways, we pulled the tag, and we were like, all right, let's go. So we got everything together. I feel like everything I have on this table is pretty much everything except for all of my food and all of my clothes. So clothes are just going to be mostly First Flight stuff. Got the Uncompadre 2.0 puffy jacket, and got the Corgi Godlight pants and some base layers and stuff like that. So that's pretty much going to be it. Probably going to carry one pair of pants, one pair of base layers, and then maybe one puffy, and that'll be it, depending on what the weather's looking like. So the cool thing is that we're driving out there, so I can literally bring a tote full of stuff that I may or may not need, and I can decide if I'm going to need it at the trailhead. So that's kind of what I'm excited to do. And again, we're kind of going out on a limb here. We don't really know what we're doing, so we're kind of just going to show up and try to figure it out. You know, we may go spend 2 days in the backcountry, may not hear anything, come back to the truck, move to a different spot. You know, we may drive around, try to figure out what we're doing. Who knows? Like, if you guys have any recommendations on what you think we should do, please let us know, because we honestly have no idea what we're doing. So anyways, just kind of wanted to go over a gear list here with you guys, see if anybody had anything they recommend that I'm either doing wrong or something they recommend that I change, whatever that may be. So you guys let me know in the comments what you think. So food wise, I'm trying to get 3,000 calories per day. So I packed these bags like this, and I really went crazy with trying to like count my calories and stuff. So I have, each one of these bags is about 2,500 calories. I've got a variety of different snacks and lunches and breakfast and all that kind of stuff. So my food is going to be nice and have a lot of variety, so that's cool. Each one of these is $2,900 calories. And then I've got a freeze-dried meal for every night. This is a Mountain House meal. I actually ended up going with Next Mile meals. They have a lot less sodium and a lot less carbs, so they're a lot better for you. This is a Mountain House. So anyways, for lunch, I thought this was pretty cool. I wanted to share this with you guys. I found this on Amazon. It's called Meat Shreds. It's actually freeze-dried pulled pork. Really good, really delicious, and it's actually like, once you put water in it, like you couldn't tell a difference from a barbecue restaurant. So it's really good. This one's the Carolina barbecue flavor, really good. You guys check those out. They weigh pretty much nothing, and it's 150, 160 calories. Got some fire starters, obviously. So there's your food. So let's talk about for safety. So I got a Zoleo earlier this summer, and this thing has been awesome. Even around here in the North Georgia mountains, I felt like it has been, it's worked really, really well. There hasn't really been many times where I felt like it wasn't working properly. So that's cool. This thing, there's been a couple times where I was like way deep in some really, really deep canyons. You know, I'm talking 1,000, 1,200 foot elevation change from where I was to where, you know, the top of the road was. And it still worked. It just took maybe 10 minutes or so to get the text message out, but it's really good. If you have a wife and she just wants to know that you're okay, this is great, because I don't plan on having cell phone service out there, and I actually hope I don't, because my phone blows up throughout the week for work. So I got food. Let's talk about water. So I have a 6-liter, this is something I found on Amazon. It's just a 6-liter bag with a gravity filter. Works really well. So our plan is to bring this with us, and then when we get to camp, we'll go fill this up, and then this will be water for that night. And then we can also fill up our hydration bladders for the next day, and be good to go. So that's the plan with that. If we're doing day packs, I have this called a Survivor filter. Got this on Amazon too. This thing works really, really well. It's a pump style filter, and you can fill up a Nalgene bottle in probably 30 seconds with this thing, so it's cool. Kill kit, I took and vacuum sealed down 4 of my game bags, and then I put in 2 pairs of rubber gloves, a knife, and an extra headlamp, and a couple of dude wipes. So that's everything for kill kit. Probably weighs a pound, pound and a half, something like that. This is a cool little stool that I bought off Amazon. Works really, really well. It's 16 ounces, and it's, I mean, really, really, actually no, I'm sorry, it's 14.7 ounces. So this thing's awesome. It's like a 17-inch stool, and you pop it out, and you pop the legs out, and this thing's super comfortable. So this is a lifesaver for your back when you get back to camp and you've been walking all day. You want somewhere comfortable to sit, this is it, and definitely worth its weight in gold. I bought this little Climate seat. This is a little seat from Climate. It's just a little inflatable seat, literally weighs 2 ounces, and you can throw this in your pack for glassing, whatever you're doing throughout the day, just to take a break, somewhere comfortable to sit. I bought these trekking poles from Black Ovis. They were on Camo Fire one day. Super, super nice trekking poles. They break down, they weigh next to nothing, and they're super nice. So I'll be bringing those. Really my first time using trekking poles. Any of the stuff I do around here, I really have never used trekking poles, but I took them on a backcountry trip that I did here a couple weeks ago, and they were really nice to have in steep terrain. So I'll probably be bringing those when I'm hunting in steep terrain and stuff this year around here. And I'm trying to perfect this system to where I can use it out west, and also I'm here like right in the heart of the North Georgia mountains. So you know, pretty much everything in North Georgia is within an hour, hour and a half from where I am right now. So there's some really big mountains here too, and I'm excited to kind of perfect this system to where I can do some backcountry hunting / camping here around the mountains to really get back in there farther away from the roads and stuff like that, because there's a lot of wilderness up here as well. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. Got the bugle tube. It's a Rocky Mountain Hunting Calls one. It's just a plastic bugle tube. I think I have 4 or 5 diaphragms. I'm just kind of learning how to elk call, so I'm not going to go crazy this year. Pillow. This is a very, very essential thing for me. I have to have a pillow to sleep good, and so it weighs 6.5 ounces, worth its weight in gold. Got the med kit. So I had, this was in like a really heavy duty like canvas bag. So I pulled it out of that and put it in this KUIU waterproof sack. And these things are really nice. They're waterproof, and they weigh literally nothing. So this thing holds my whole med kit, and it probably dropped the weight of my med kit by, I don't know, I'm gonna say probably half a pound at least. And now I have it all in here, and it's waterproof too. So the other thing wasn't waterproof, so that's cool. I've got tourniquet, got some trauma scissors, got quick clot, all that kind of stuff in there. You know, really anything for like a pretty major accident. Should be able to keep everything alive until we get somebody here. This has an SOS button on it, so if something really happens, I can tap that SOS button and help is on the way. So that's what that looks like. In this little thing, I have my 2 battery packs. I got these on Amazon as a 2-pack for like 30 bucks, and they will charge your phone, my iPhone. They'll charge my iPhone like 3 times before these are dead. So I've got 2 of them in there, and then I can also charge this if I need to. So that's cool. Got those in a little waterproof set. And then this is just like personal items, you know, toothbrush, toothpaste, you know, toiletries, extra pair of contacts, all that kind of stuff is in here, and just kind of there at my disposal. I really like these bags. They help you keep your pack. They help you keep your pack organized, so that's cool. And help you kind of keep things in line. Because I'm a pretty, like, once I pull something out, I'll just throw it somewhere just to get it out of the way. So I need that organization to keep my pack, you know, organized. So that'll be nice. Sleeping system. So let's talk about tent first. I at first had an old Kelty tent, and it was like 6 pounds, way too heavy. So I went ahead and bought this Argali Rincon 2-person tent. We're going to be able to share this tent, me and my buddy. And so this tent weighs 1.5 pounds, and it pops up. Like, if you've never set it up before, you can have it set up in like 3 minutes. And once you get the hang of it, you can probably do it in about a minute. So super nice tent, very roomy once you get it set up. I highly recommend this tent if you're looking for a good backcountry tent at a very, very affordable price compared to some of the other tents. this is definitely one to look at. And it comes with steaks and all that kind of stuff. And it actually has a stove jack in it as well. So if you want to bring in a backcountry stove, you can do that. But we're not doing that on this trip because it's definitely not going to be cold enough. It's a floorless tent, so never slept in a floorless tent. In case we decide we don't like being in a floorless tent, I had this tarp, and I just threw in a few extra stakes in there in case we needed those. And I've just got some cheap line in there just to tie that down and stuff. So that probably weighs like a pound. I can throw that in the back if we need it. This is my sleeping pad. So this is the Sea to Summit Ether Light XT. So it's a really big sleeping pad. I'm a bigger guy, so I wanted a bigger sleeping pad. And then it also has the stuff sack blows up the pad too. So this is a cool pad. It really weighs really light, and it has some really cool features that I really like. I've slept on it 3 times now, and it's been super comfortable. So that's cool. That's pretty much everything besides my clothes. Like I said, I already talked about my clothes. Probably 1 pair of pants, a puffy jacket, maybe a puffy vest, and some base layers, and I'll be good. Boots wise, I bought some Lowa Renegades. I put some miles on them, and I really am not enjoying them. They keep leaving blisters on my feet, and they're sized correctly and everything. I can't figure out. I think my feet just don't like them. So I got some really good, darn tough socks. They're like some thicker hiking socks. I'm gonna bring 2 pairs of boots because I'm not so sure if I'm gonna like those Renegades. Probably at first I'm gonna wear my Danners that are broke in, super comfortable. They're just good old Danner recurves, and I know that they're comfortable, and I know that they'll serve me well. I'll bring those, and if for some reason my feet are hurting, then I'll try on the Lowas because they're a little bit of a stiffer sole. But I think I'll be fine. My feet are not that sensitive to not having a stiff sole. So this is the large POU bag, and this is, I think these things are like $20 a piece or something. They're a little expensive for for basically a stuff sack, but not too bad. I'm gonna try to get all my clothes and socks and stuff in here. That way they'll stay dry if my pack gets wet. So I'm gonna try to get everything I can in there. Sleeping bag, I got the Big Agnes Lost Dog 15. It's a little bit bigger than I was wanting, but honestly for the features that it has, to me it's worth the extra size, and I think I can get it in my pack with everything else and still be fine. So what I liked about this bag is, number one, it's very, very fluffy once it airs out, and it's got a really nice interior liner. The liner is super sweet, and it doesn't weigh much. I think it weighs like 2.5, 3 pounds, something like that. It's a 15-degree bag, and like trust me, I don't get cold very easily when I'm sleeping, so I think this will be plenty for me down to 15 degrees easily. And it also has on the back, it's got this pocket that holds out your sleeping pad. And that's honestly what sold me on this sleeping bag, is because it has this pocket that holds your sleeping pad, and I move around a lot when I sleep. So that was kind of key for me to be able to feel like I had a good sleeping system. So that's really about it. Got the food. In my pack is the Mr. Ranch Beartooth 80. I already had the Guide Light frame because I whitetail hunt with the Pentler frame, or with the Pentler pack with the Guide Light frame, and so I just went ahead and bought the Beartooth 80 bag. Bag's okay. It's not quite big enough for what I was needing, I think, but I can make it work for this trip. And then maybe next year, if I decide I really need a bigger bag, then I'll probably buy an XO pack. But for now, I think for this trip I can make it work. It's a roomy bag. It butterflies open instead of a stuff sack. And honestly, for this type of hunting, you really just want a stuff sack, because a lot of this stuff, when you cram it, it'll just pack down smaller and smaller. And it doesn't take up much room in your pack. But with this type of pack, you can't really stuff stuff like that. You kind of have to stack and organize. And so you have to kind of play Tetris with all your gear to figure out how to get it where you need it and that kind of stuff. So anyways, that's like my only complaint about it. Super nice bag otherwise. And it also came with this lid that holds quite a bit of stuff, honestly. I can probably get most of my essentials in this, things that I'm going to need throughout the day. I can get that. Oh, and one other thing I want to say about my personal bag here, I put some Body Glide in there. I'm a pretty bad chafer when it comes to like sweating a lot and stuff, so Body Glide definitely helps with that. So that's what I got that stuff for. Got a little stick of it to put in there, and that's really about it, guys. So like, if you can think of anything that I'm missing, or that you feel like I can improve on or change, whatever, just let me know. I feel like I'm about as ready as I can be, and that's really about it. So guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in Colorado.